Hello everyone, and welcome to my lightning talk, Periscope CPI, surfacing a unified Libvirt interface for BOSH. Today I give you an overview about the idea to re-implement a new Libvirt-based Cloud Foundry provider interface, in short CPI, to use a generic interface to support multiple virtualization backends. You've maybe watched my other talk together with Johannes about the cloud controller and the internal CF database metrics. I've also selected the movie Das Boot as a general storytelling topic on that. I've used for this talk also the submarine as a theme. Let's start with the explanation of the name for this presentation. Periscope CPI. The Periscope is an opportunity for the SAP to check out the horizon and the surface. For the SAP, it is the connection to the surface, like the CPI, is connected with the infrastructure providers or the virtualization backends. My name is Pascal. I'm working for SAP since more than 5 years. I'm an active Cloud Foundry contributor and improver in the foundational infrastructure working group. Let's discuss or share with you the corresponding problems about the existing VirtualBox CPI interface. Previously, I've used the VirtualBox CPI to test and develop BOSH releases on my Mac. The setup is then called BOSH Lite, and it's possible to build the corresponding releases on your local devices. The VirtualBox CPI got multiple problems. For example, it's written as a wrapper for the VirtualBox CLI, and there are breaking changes every new major and minor release available. The CPI got only a few unit and no integration tests. Every small adjustment of the existing CPI release leads to high manual testing effort. Based on that information, I've started to think about a new implementation, and after a few internal discussions, I selected Libvirt as a generic solution for the issue. The idea is to implement a new CPI for BOSH based on Go as a programming language and Libvirt as an interface for the generic communication with the virtualization backends. The new CPI should provide as a starting point the same functionality as the old VirtualBox CPI. The new implementation is also modern and maintainable and extensible for further virtualization backends. Further virtualization backends of Libvirt are, for example, VirtualBox, as I've already mentioned it, and QEMU and KVM are also supported by Libvirt. This makes it also possible to emulate BOSH releases on ARM-based devices, for example, modern Macs. At least the last big bullet point of the corresponding supported providers are the LXC containers, so the classical Linux containers that are available since years in the Linux universe. Libvirt is also under development, so that means it's possible that in future more backends like Containerd or Docker are also maybe fully supported by Libvirt. The main purpose of the new implementation is a centralized and extensible integration layer. You've got a runtime agnostic architecture, and it's designed for local development and testing of BOSH deployments. It also supports, in general, ARM-based scenarios, as I've already mentioned, and it's in general possible to reduce the cost for local developments on your private machine. So, to give you an overview about the already embedded milestones that I've already placed. So, I've got the idea to replace the existing VirtualBox CPI by this new implementation and already opened an RFC about this topic in the community. You can check out this corresponding link and you will find this corresponding attached RFC. The new implementation is already based on existing VirtualBox CPI and should ensure the compatible and maintainable implementation. I'm currently adapting the RFC to add the feedback of the community, and I've already opened a corresponding new repository to track the progress, because I've already adapted to implement that new VirtualBox CPI based on Libvirt. You can find the existing draft of this RFC via that corresponding link, and also scan that QR code to check out the corresponding Git repository. If you are interested to contribute to the new CPI, feel free to contact me or open an issue inside the repository. Thank you very much for your attention. Yeah. Yeah, there's also a Slack channel available. You can, as of this corresponding new Slack, I've already created this corresponding new Slack channel. You can check out and just contact me. Yeah, and if you've got still questions, then feel free to answer me. Thank you.